not back yet, but Stephen Stern's going to take a plea deal. What do you guys think? I think you guys are going to be very, very surprised. Come on in, guys. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and get a membership if you can. What's up, everybody? I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime, and we're here. I'm live. I don't know when I'm going to be back to where I usually have my setup, but hey, we can still talk. What's up? What's up? The mods hopped on here first. Carly, what's up? Good to see you. Listen, guys, I think Stefan's going to take a plea deal in the CSAM case. All right. So what's up? Yeah, I didn't come on today. I should be back tomorrow, guys, but Stephan Stern, what do you guys think? Now, I want to talk to you guys because July 22nd is coming real fast. What's up, everybody? Jax, Millie, Sudie, Lori, Wendy. What's going on, guys? I'm telling you right now, I want to know what you guys think. Stephan Stern, I think he doesn't want to take a plea deal, guys, but I think that he may have to. What's up, Angie? Good to see you. How's everybody doing? Stephan Stern is chicken, but I don't think that he wants to take a plea deal, guys. I think that they might force his hand at a plea deal. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Kelly H, you say, why would they offer a plea deal? I'm telling you right now, let's listen up for a second if you think, and this is not the only reason. Now, I can't tell you all the reason. You guys know that I talked to his parents, right? I talked to the parents, and you know that I've talked to Stephan a couple of times. I'm waiting for him to write me back. But listen, pictures are admissible now, and I'm gonna do a stream on this as soon as I get back, guys. But listen up here. Listen, if you can hear this.
Based on those factors, the motion to continue.
Motion to continue.
Is going to be denied. I will make concessions to when the trial will begin. I think I'd like to begin jury selection on July 22nd. Potential opening statements would.
Oh my God.
Depending on jury selection, be on the 25th.
Okay, listen, it's going to start. The trial's going to start on July 22nd. And guys, listen up. It should be ready to go with the jury by July 25th. Now, that's on my birthday, guys. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if this is a good birthday present or not. Because his only defense, Lori, Honey Badger, yes, the Honey Badger don't give a fuck. Now listen up, guys. Listen here. A lot of people are going to be angry, like the Koberger trial. But I'm telling you, Stephan doesn't want to take a plea deal. I know that he doesn't want to take a plea deal, but he might not have a choice because the only defense that he had was not to have suppress the Google images with Maddie and with everything else. Yeah, you called this. I was calling this too, but I'm really surprised that Stephan's holding out. I do think the legal team is going to come. I think Stephan Stearns is cooked. But imagine this, guys. Imagine this. Imagine going to court, and I'm gonna play a little bit of this for you so you can see. I'm in California, y'all. If you're new here, hit the like button. If you just subscribe, hit all notifications and get your updates because I'm telling you, we're going to do a proper live stream about this. I have a feeling that they're going for a plea deal, guys. So with that being said, I think he's holding out. And you guys, I don't know why where are you going?
They need ketchup.
What?
Ketchup.
Okay, but I need that.
Need what?
This.
Take that.
Okay. All right. So, yes, we did a pop up. Now, you say if he takes, you have all my stuff, though. Are you coming right back? Okay. All right. So, listen, you say if he takes a deal, he'll be in No, he's not going to be in general population. I want you guys to hear something. I want to play a little bit of this. And they just literally they have their own golf cart and they took my golf cart, guys. All right, listen. Not a pleas deal, a plea deal. PLEA deal. Plea deal. All right. So yeah, BK showed him the way, but I'm telling you, it's his defense. His defense was going to be was going to be with the pictures and the motion to suppress. That was what he was going to use for his defense. And now they don't have that. But listen up, guys. Listen, see if you can hear this.
Either the presentation of evidence in an order.
Hold on. Let me see if you guys can hear this, because I can't wait to do this. You say, when's the birthday? Okay, so listen.
That accommodates unavailability of witnesses beginning
okay.
that Friday or
July
Monday,
25th. July 28th.
Okay.
Listen.
As the judge from the Stephan Stearns trials.
Listen up.
The first one is now delayed. Stephan Stearns, you may recall, accused of sexually assaulting, memorializing the sexual assaults of a little girl named Madeline Soto for years on his account, and ultimately on his.
And his defense was going to be that it wasn't him that did it. There were photos in there, and it wasn't him in the photos. He didn't do it. That was literally, he pled, or he pled not guilty already, guys. Okay. So he already stood there and said, I am not guilty. But July 22nd, the judge said, no more. We're not going to take any more. We're not going to suppress any more evidence. It's go time. Now, the defense and the prosecution both wanted to delay the trial, maybe a month, maybe two, maybe three. And the judge says, I'm tired of this. It's not going to happen. The pictures are in. What is your defense, Stephan Stearns? So Stephan is at odds. What's up, Carrie? Good to see you, my friend. I miss you guys too, and I miss my my area where I can stream. Now, Big Girl for Life says he only blinked like 3 times during the prosecution at the plea hearing, but he's set. He's set on not getting prosecuted for that case. He thinks that he was going to go in there. They weren't going to show anything. Yeah, he pled not guilty, Southern Cats. He pled not guilty, and his defense was he didn't do it. Those weren't his pictures. Those were things, pictures that somebody messaged to him or that he had on an old hard drive, whatever. Now, listen, prosecution, listen to what Vinny is saying about the prosecution. They're not ready either. And Vinny used to be a prosecutor. And I'm not only telling you this because of Court TV. I'm telling you this because of Stephan Stearns' parents, because of what Stephan Stearns is saying. All right, what he's saying, I get to see all of that, guys. I get to see all the text messages and messages between Stephan and his parents. I see it. I see all of them. I read them. I just can't report on them yet. I can't report on them until Deb says go time. When Deb says I can report on stuff, then I get them, I put them together, and I report to you. But listen here, I'm going to forecast this for you that it's probably going to happen, guys. Listen.
Phone, then charged with her murder after she went missing and her body was found.
We're talking about CSAM though. So listen up. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry about that. Did the phone just die? Okay, listen. Vinny says Vinny was a prosecutor, and I'm watching that. And Vinny says that the reason the prosecution wanted more time is so that they can give a proper defense with the photos, right? Cross reference them. Are his parents going to be at trial? That's a very good question. That's a very, very good question. And the answer to that is they would they have to come to trial. They have to come to trial because they're on the witness list. All right. I wish they would charge the mother. Now they don't have any reason to charge Deb because she didn't do anything. And they don't have any reason to charge Chris because he handed over the drive that also gave them more images to look at, guys. So the parents aren't getting charged for anything. As a matter of fact, Chris gave up a big chunk of evidence when he gave them the drive that had more images on them. Now, originally, I questioned, did his dad look at those pictures? Did he know they were in there? Is he doing that too? And after hearing behind the scenes of how Chris Stearns turned the evidence over to the police, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe they did any of that. What's up, Kristen Graham? Good to see you. Clark, love you, my friend. Love you. Against all logic, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. My other phone died, but it's fine because I'm going to do a proper stream when I get back. But the reason I hopped on tonight was because you guys listen. And my hair is like, there's my wig, guys. I'm fixing my wig for you guys. All right. Um, Okay, the reason I hopped on here tonight. What's up, Jody? Good to see you, Jody. Lori says, made Brian K. and Stephan Stern share style stinky birds with one stone. Shelly R., how you doing, my friend? Just Josie sent you an email. You sent me an email. All right, so listen. Yeah, my wig, my gay wig, guys. It's the gay wig. Somebody said it's a lesbian's haircut that I have. Okay, so Chris Stearns, I didn't say Chris Stearns did something to help the investigators. Chris Stearns did, in fact, give they turned over the evidence to the police. Now they didn't give it to prosecution. They didn't do any of that. But Jay, that's a very good question about the father. I originally had that question about Deb and Chris. And Deb and Chris, a big girl says Deb and Chris did nothing wrong. I'm sure they second guess themselves on a daily. I can't imagine the emotional turmoil. But okay, so why would Deb Stearns be so transparent with me and show me everything? Why would she do that if she had something to hide? It doesn't even make sense. Jack says, I love your hair. Thank you. Do you have a mohawk like that? Where's Synth? Synth is working on her cookie business and her cards and all that. So Foxy, she's super gay. Yeah, where's my cape? Where's the cape? Where's the cape? Where's the cape? Okay. So listen. Deb is very transparent. From the beginning, Deb and I started off rocky. Okay, we did start off very rocky. Deb accused me of many things. She also came at me and she said, "Hey," she said, honestly, I don't know why I would talk to you. I've heard what you said about Stinky Stearns. I know about the dick pics, right? The stinky, the pinky winky stinky. What's up, Maud? Good to see you. Krista, good to see you. You guys, yes, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, do, and get a membership if you can. All right. So you say people grow, we're in shock. I'm telling you right now, the chances of Stephan taking a plea deal have just raised by 50%. All right. Now, I don't know about Diddy if he has any cases pending. I'm not covering that right now. But guys, it literally just jumped up. And I just talked to Deb. The reason I'm coming to you guys is because I just talked to Deb and I'm telling you, I can't read our transactions. I can't read it to you until she releases that to me. But number one, we started off rocky. She knew all the shit I said. She even called me out. Deb said to me, "Oh yeah, you think I should have swallowed that night?" I did say that. I said she should have swallowed when she got pregnant with Stephan Stearns. I've said some really bad shit about the Stearns, about Chris and Deb. I even said, "Hey, did Chris take a look at that USB drive or the drive before he handed it over?" I said some mean shit. What's up, Nikki? Thank you for being a crime crew official for 7 months. I appreciate you guys. All right, so a lot of people said that. And you know what? She called me out on my shit. She said, Jay, I'm going to be upfront with you. I don't really like you. I've I've heard all kinds of shit. Stand still, girl. I can't. They took my golf cart. Okay. They took my golf cart, and so now I'm walking around. Okay. I was on it. We have multiple golf carts, and they took mine anyway. But look at the guilty of crime act. Okay. Squirrel. Now listen, Chris should have pulled out early, and that's the kind of shit that I said before. Deb said, "Hey, I know you've talked shit, but I'm gonna be very transparent with you, and let's go back and forth." We talked. There we go. Now I'm gonna tell you, I talked to her today, and what do you guys think? Do you think that she is telling Stephan to take a plea deal or not? Why don't you guys guess at that? What's up, Misty Free Spirit? Vinny called it. He made a video about the probability of plea coming, and then Jigamalig. I gotta tell you, after the Vinny video came out, which I was trying to show you guys, but I can't. I can't because my other phone died. So the probability has jumped up by 50% now that the motion to the suppress evidence is gone. That was Stephan's defense, but he's stunned right now. Stephan is sitting in that little cell, all right? Not she wants him on death row. I don't think the prosecutor will offer a plea deal. I gotta tell you, big girl, I wouldn't even have came up with this video if I didn't think that he was going to take that deal. Clark, thank you so much. Buy yourself a coffee in the morning, and I will, because I'm back to work tomorrow. I'm back to work. I'm back to filming. I'm back to all real life. All right. So yeah, outdoor lighting suits you. Yeah, I'm outside. Look at the beautiful sky though. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Clark. I appreciate you. Okay, so Rebecca says I doubted your convo with Deb to start, and I'm glad you don't doubt it anymore because I talk to Deb and Chris Stearns on a very regular basis. And Chris Stearns is mostly like when I've talked to him, he's told me like dad jokes. He's told me like how Deb and him met. He doesn't really talk about the case at all. Deb talks to me about the case. She sends me all of her smart inmate messages. She's very transparent. I don't ask her to do that. All right. Too much to handle says, girl, if you weren't already snatched up, well, I'm stranded right now. Could you come pick me up? Too much to handle? Sergio, what's up, my friend? Judges don't often deny a plea. Now, Rebecca, I do think that Stephen Stern's team is trying to talk to him. Where and when did you hear about the plea deal? Well, S dubs, number one, the motion to suppress is out. Prosecution and the defense want to delay the trial. Yo, sexy lady, how many Google Voice numbers do you got? The better question is how many phones do I have? I do think they're going to offer a plea deal, Nikki, and that I do think that Stephen Stearns just might take the plea deal. Okay, now, do you blame his parents for wanting him to take the plea deal? Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to see pictures of little kids in compromising positions. All right. Now, these aren't sexual positions. This is CSAM stuff. And the CSAM stuff is not just Maddie. There are other children in this, you guys. The judge can refuse it if the defendant denies it or doesn't fully say he's done. And that's the thing is Stephen Stearns needs to be talked into. Wendy says, I agree. I feel bad for Deb and Chris. You know what? I hope that Stefan does listen to his mom because do you guys really think that Maddie needs to be um I mean, she's not alive, guys, but listen, she's not alive, but don't you think that she's going to be re-victimized by us people and the people in court? Do you think that she could be re-victimized by people seeing her with CSAM stuff, seeing her getting molested or any of the nasty words that we talk about? Don't you think that would re-victimize her, or do you think it's better that we need to see everything? Because I know people are mad. I know people don't want this to happen, but we also don't want to see Madeline Soto in her sleep getting violated, guys, and that's what's going to happen. Yeah, yeah, and you don't want to see it, but the jury has to see it. The judge has to see it. The prosecution and Stephen Stearns would get to see it again. Maddie doesn't need to be seen in that way. All we need to do is get to the murder trial. And after the murder trial, guys, that's going to be the death penalty. I think they need to take a plea deal, let Maddie rest in peace, do not show any of those. Yeah, Deb wants Stefan to turn on Jen. That's another thing, Kristen. If Stefan's going to take a plea deal, she wants Stefan to be able to talk out about the part that Jen Soto did. Now, Jen Soto, in my opinion, was part of the CSAM from the beginning. She let Stefan have full access to Maddie, including when she was knocked out in her sleep, giving her sleeping pills and sexually assaulting her. Do you really think that jurors want to see that? Do you think that we want to see pictures of Maddie being victimized? All right. Yes, there are more Jigamalig. There are more children. You're absolutely right. Now, Lori, the honey badger says, good point. Choose your battle. so you could win the war. And that's the thing. This is going to be a war, and the judge knows it. The judge says no more delays. Get those pictures in here. We're done. All right, we're done. You either go on July 22nd or you guys work out a plea deal, because I'm not fucking around anymore. We're going to go. I don't care what you say, either one of you. Now, Vinnie Paulton was a prosecutor, and Vinnie Paulton besides him saying that, right? Besides Vinny saying that, I've also talked with Deb. I didn't talk with Chris about it at all. You, like I said, usually Chris, when he talks, he's just silly. He talks about other stuff. I don't think he wants to really get involved in the case, guys. When people like that get caught, there's definitely more victims. Thank you. And there are more victims. And pictures with Maddie having things in her mouth, and the ANAL stuff, guys. All of that is a factor in this. And I hope people aren't too mad, guys. I really do hope that people aren't too upset, because they are going to be victimizing um, the dad. Think about that. Think about Tyler Wallace and Tatiana. What about Tyler and Tatiana? They're going to have to see it, hear about it, and then we're going to have to report on it. I mean, unless I just say, like, I'm not reporting on the CSAM stuff. Yes, hashtag arrest Jen Soto. All right. So, I mean, if they do the trial, what do we do when it comes to the parts like that? How is Madeline Soto wouldn't feel the outcome of her attacks? How MS wouldn't feel the outcomes of her attacks? What does that mean? Say that again, Rebecca. Makes me sick. Justice for Maddie. Yes. The whole world doesn't have to see, but the jury does. But guess what, guys? We also have to get the manuscripts and the documents and read all that. Hashtag arrest Jen Soto. Hashtag arrest Jen Soto now. Hashtag arrest Jen Soto. He's going to be in prison anyway. He's going to probably get the death penalty, unless he's not going to get the death penalty if Jen Soto is somehow implicated and the jury gets a reasonable doubt. If they have a reasonable doubt and Jen Soto gets brought into this case, he might not get the death penalty. That's the only problem about hashtag arrest Jen Soto. But at this point, I think he wants the death penalty. I think Stephan Stearns thinks that if he gets the death penalty, that he'll just be put out of his misery. Okay. But for this one that I called today, I said, is Stephan Stearns going to take a plea deal? So if you just rolled in, I'm going to tell you right now that the chances of him taking a plea deal are up in the 80% at this point, 50% more, because the trial is not going to be delayed and the prosecution has to go through thousands of CSAM. Okay. Lori Minor, what's up? I'm in California, y'all. I think he's going to get life without parole as the plea deal. So listen up. Stephan Stearns takes a plea deal for the CSAM case and gets LWOP. Okay. Now, if he gets LWOP, there's a good possibility that those factors in the case, right? Ex- ex- the factors in that case could get rolled over to the murder trial. So then they'll know that he did the CSAM stuff and they could bring that into the trial. Jen Soto needs to be charged. Matt Ryan, Jen Soto absolutely needs to be charged, guys. Nobody says it bleeds when I defecate. Wow. Thanks for letting us know that. So, um, I need a refreshing beverage. I need my golf cart back. They took my golf cart, guys. They took my golf cart. I'm good. I've been out at the pool all day. Um, so yeah, guys. I mean, I just want to know what you guys think about that. Oh, I got my golf cart back. Okay. Snarky pants. You got the potato. Lori Minor. Okay, so what do you guys think? I mean, do you feel like it's our right to see the CSAM trial? And if the CSAM trial comes, do you guys are you guys gonna want to watch it? I mean, are you gonna want us to read the stuff? You're welcome, Jigamalig. Absolutely. Gang, Christian Graham, game over. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, if you think that it's not right that he takes a plea deal and you feel like he's just getting out of something, put a one in chat if you think that he should absolutely go to trial for the CSAM. If you think a plea deal would be better for us all, including not to re-victimize Maddie and her family. Now, I'm not talking about Jen Soto, guys. I'm not talking about re-victimizing Jen Soto. Jen Soto knew what pictures were on his phone. You guys are saying ones. That'll be awful to hear about. Zara, I don't want to read about it. Like, I'm almost like crying here to you guys. I don't want to read about that stuff. I don't want to read about somebody's pinky winky going into Maddie's anything. I don't want to hear about breasts. I don't want to. Yeah, so a lot of people still want the trial. And you guys know the CSAM is not the death penalty, right? I hope you guys know that the CSAM trial, as of right now, the CSAM trial, he's looking at life without the possibility of parole. There's no death penalty on the table. All right. And yeah, we don't, I don't want to be vulgar about anything here, but I do want to. Mr. E's Crimecast, shout out, go subscribe to Mr. E's Crimecast. Says, I don't blame you. I would have a problem with it too. Well, so does his parents, and I think Stephan is really shut down right now and doesn't know what he's going to do. I don't think he's going to take any plea deal. He's so sick, he probably wants to see everything again. And Kelly says, I don't think anything involving a child should be public. No, you don't have to read anything. Yeah, I don't want to read anything. What's up, Nikki? You say you'd watch it. Kel, what's up, Kel? Don, Grandma 3, good to see you. I hope he goes for a plea deal to get Jen Soto. Yes, I do want Jen Soto to get arrested, but the trial's happening July 22nd. All right. Judge said July 22nd. By July 25th, jurors will be picked. Yvette says maybe the photos would only be shown to the jurors and not everybody. They're not going to show it to everybody, Yvette. They're not. But I just don't feel like Maddie should be re-victimized. And, at this point, it's going to be up to the prosecution. I mean, it's going to be up to the prosecution if they offer a plea or if they accept a plea. Stolen Spirit says, yes, I want to support her. She deserves justice. I wish someone had shared my story as a kid. There was no justice for me. We will get justice for Maddie. Well, Stolen Spirits, I hope that you are okay now. Maddie does need justice, but I don't know it's going to be justice if we go to trial. So, my whole point is, and I'm going to run another episode. I'm telling you right now, Southern Cats, the plea deal is going to be life with the possibility of parole or life without the possibility of parole, knowing that they're going to go into the second trial for taking Maddie's life. Can they say please guilty and tell us what happened? No, I doubt they're going to do that, guys. I doubt they're going to do that. I really, I'm trying to report to you what's happening. Matt Ryan says Jen Soto's fake sadness is infuriating. Okay, so maybe they'll take a plea deal. Maybe they'll take a plea deal if he tells them what Jen's part was in it, but I don't think that's happening. I think Stephan is sitting there stunned right now. Lady K talks says, I don't want to see a plea deal. All right, so damn, you guys, I knew that was going to happen. So I want to think about this. I want to think about this a little bit more, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to properly present to you because you guys know how visual I am. I know how visual you guys are. No parole, that man's a monster. But Mr. E's Crimecast, remember this. Remember this. He has another trial for the murder of Madeline Soto right after this. So it doesn't even matter if he gets life with the possibility of parole because he's going to roll right over and get the death penalty. I guess I wanted to report to you more than just speculating, guys. I really wanted to report to you that I truly believe that Stephan's going to end up rolling over and take a plea deal. All right. July 22nd is coming fast. The child being victimized is why I want him to take it. I'm not trying to, I don't want him to take the plea deal uh, because of himself. I don't want him to do it because he's saving himself. I want it to be done for Maddie, and I want Jen Soto to be held accountable. We're never going to hear what happened, but do we really need to hear what happened? Or do you guys know that? Do you guys really understand that Maddie was victimized for 6 or 7 years. All right, 6 or 7 years. And Nikki, happy early birthday. It's gonna be 8 o'clock here. It'd be 11 o'clock on the East Coast. So shout out to you. Happy birthday. Yeah, I'm trying to keep you guys as informed as I can. We don't need to know that poor child. Yes, we don't need to know. We don't need to know, and they're not going to tell us. Do you really want them to tell us? Yeah, Maddie was the CSAM happened this time. 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, or from midnight to 4 in the morning. She was being victimized every night, or when we did the autopsy, we saw that she had anal fissures and scarring on her rectum. I mean, do we really want to know that? Do we want to hear about the the stuff on her breast? Do we want to know about I don't think so. Happy birthday to everybody. Crime Watch Lover says happy birthday and hello, guilty of crime. Hello, everybody. Do you think Jen's connections are keeping her safe? I think Jen's family is keeping her safe. I'm 90% sure that she is with Stephanie Soto, which is her sister. Um, that I do know. CSAM trial, no CSAM trial, please. Yes, I'm going to tell you guys. Good night, Lori. Have a good night. Go clock out, my friend. Go clock out. They're not gonna do it without details, guys. They're gonna do it with details. They're gonna do it with graphic details. Now, in the murder trial, I wanna know what happened. I wanna know who strangled Maddie. I wanna know how they did it. I wanna know why they did it. I wanna know everything about that. Mama Sage says, I agree with you, Jay. It will make me ill. It'll bring back bad memories. I don't need to hear details. No one needs to know. I hate to see that. I don't know to know. I don't. But see, here's the problem. If the trial happens, we're all going to hear the specifics, guys. They're going to have reports on Maddie's body. They're going to have reports on the. They're going to have reports on the lower areas, the upper areas, the rectal area. They're going to have the toxicology is going to come out, guys, and it's going to get reported. Look at Abby and Libby. Look at the Abby and Libby case, guys. Abby and Libby were re-victimized. Now, Lil Red, they're not going to show it to the public, but it's going to get out into the news media. It's going to get out into the jurors. It's going to get out into the prosecution. It's going to get out if they don't do a plea deal. Well, guess what, guys? I don't think that I have a say or you have a say. You know who does have a say? Stephan Stearns has a say. His his defense has a say, and the prosecution has a say. All right? Yeah, Odin, a female dinosaur, lick a lot of puss. There you go. Hey, you can hit that like button if you want to support my channel, guys. You can also hit the like button. You can subscribe. You can send me a super chat or super sticker. That's how you can support the channel. But trolling on my channel, no bueno. Now, do we know if he's considering a plea deal? Lil Red, I do think he's considering a plea deal. You guys know already, I talked to his parents, Deb and Chris, and I'm telling you right now, Deb wants him to take a plea deal. She literally told him that she wants him to take a plea deal so that we don't re-victimize Maddie. Okay? Now, she doesn't want to. Now, they're witnesses, guys. Deb and Chris already have to show up to court sometime. All right. So Deb sends me all of her emails. All right. The inmate, smart inmate, she sends those to me. I see what she says to him. I see what he says back. And yes, she's encouraging him to take a plea deal. She doesn't want to go into court and have to testify. Now, I'm not just saying this because I'm trying to advocate for anyone. I'm advocating for Maddie. The only person that I advocate for are the victims. All right. I'm not advocating for Stephan Stearns. I'm not advocating for anybody. No, I don't want people sending death threats to Chris and Deb. That's ridiculous. But I do want Stephan. to think about taking a plea deal and not re-victimize Maddie. All right. And like I said, we don't know if it's going to be televised yet. As far as we know, the judge said the cameras can be in there. All right. So the reason I even came on this topic today, number one, I saw Vinnie Politan saying that the chances have just upped. They're very likely that they're going to take a plea deal. Judge is not going to do this. Now, Julie says, I respect Deb and Chris, and they have cooperated, unlike the Laundries. Not only that, Deb doesn't want to have to see those pictures. She doesn't want to hear about her son's pinky winky or his cactus peen. And all of those things are going to come out. They are on the witness list, guys. Now, you say a plea deal is not justice, but Skate Mom, I want to know what justice is for you. Now, I'm not debating. I'm not debating what you feel justice is. I'm debating what people think justice is for Madeline Soto. We advocate for faith and repentance, said justice for Madeline Soto only when they hashtag arrest Jen Soto. The real Gemini says, but her story needs to be told so we know what she faced. I know Jen is at fault, and it started, and we want it to be told. We want her story to be told, guys. Jen needs to be punished. And can I tell you what? Can I tell you what? The moment that Stephan talks and he tells people what involvement Jen had is when I feel that Maddie got justice. But I don't think justice is going to happen because we find out how many times over the years Maddie was the M word, the R word, different orifices, different parts of her body, different DNAs, different toxicologies, different scars that she has on her bottom. We don't want to hear that. Now, life without parole for this case and then the death penalty in the murder trial. You say don't turn a blind eye to this. This is a perfect example of what these monsters do to little girls. Now Linda Glover, I do agree with you, and I do believe that Stephan Stearns is absolutely exposed. He's been exposed. We've heard what he's done. Nobody's debating on the CSAM. Even he's not debating on the CSAM. And that's why I come to you with the question, will Stephan Stearns take a plea deal? You guys can answer however you want to answer. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what my educated guess is that he's going to take a plea deal. His mom's pushing for it. The prosecution may be pushing for it, and his defense probably doesn't have a choice but to do that. They're not ready for the trial. They thought the motion was going to be they thought that the motion to suppress was going to be an easy battle. They thought if you get Detective Tagler on the stand and say, "Hey, he gave me consent, but she didn't have it written until after," it would be an easy win, and it wasn't. Surge 90 says 100% he will take a plea deal. We will get no answers regardless. We will get answers. We will get answers, but we're not going to get all of the answers at all. Now, Kiki says, I feel Jen's going to get off on the plea deal. I don't think he's going to turn on Jen if he hasn't yet. So, what's it going to be? Like a Chris Watson? Well, no, Krista, you guys got to remember. You guys have to remember this. It's not going to be swept under the rug like the Chris Watts thing. It's going to roll into the murder trial. All right. Yeah. Now, we Jen was never in the psych ward for longer than whatever she could get herself in there to. I think it's like a what is it like a 72-hour hold. And if you check yourself in, I think you can leave when you want. I was always under the impression, guys, that Jen Soto checked herself into a mental hospital whenever she had panic attacks and needed DRUGS. So Jen Soto needed DRUGS when they got busted and they got kicked out of the condo to do their search. So yes, 3 days. Jen Soto probably, in my opinion, went to the psych ward and said, I'm having a panic attack. I need DRUGS. I'm going to check myself in. She was in, she was out, and then she lawyered up. All right. So hashtag arrest Jen Soto, hashtag justice for Maddie. And I am just giving you my educated guesses on what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to be back here. I'm either going to be back here tomorrow or the next day we've got more coverage in the Stephan Stearns case, depending on what information I can bring to you. We're going to talk some more about the motions, about the suppressions. I have the paperwork, okay? Kelly Brown, thank you. I appreciate that. Little Red, I have the paperwork in my email. Thank you to all my peeps that send me all the documents that I need. Kelly, shout out to you for getting me documentation, all the mods for helping me. I'll be back to go over documentation, go over educated guesses, and really dig down in the Stephan Stearns case. I also have more to cover with you on the Jack and Lily case, and I also have more a case a day. Okay, guys, so hashtag death penalty for Stephan Stearns. Clar, you're right. You quit listening after my educated guesses. Well, Lewis, you don't know what my educated guesses are because you don't know who I know and you don't know what paperwork I've seen. So when I say my educated guess, I think you're wrong, my friend. I think the people that have been here since day one know that my educated guess is me having strong evidence to come on here and talk about it. I don't just come out of my ass and talk to you guys. I come and I tell you what's happening and then I tell you what's probably going to happen. Now, I've done that since day 1 and the crime crew people know that I do have the facts. I only come with the facts. I don't come here because I want to talk and dry my mouth out and get, get haters on me. I don't, because I'm being bullied like all the time now, guys. I'm constantly being bullied by a certain group, and now another creator on YouTube literally is trying to bully me. So I don't do this because I want to be bullied, because I am being. I do it because I have the evidence and the documentation. On that note, I will be back hopefully tomorrow, 4 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to skip over all that H Ghost Redditor Predator. I don't even want to talk about that anymore. You know why? Because they asked me to cover it. I was about to cover it, and they went on and said how I was trying to change history. I was trying to change history in it. And you know what? I'm not trying to change anyone's history. If you guys want to cover the H Ghost case, maybe you change your mind. You guys asked me to cover the H Ghost case. I was going to cover it, and now you don't want me to. So, I mean, what do you guys have thrown everything at me. You guys have gone, you guys think that the IRS is going to help you. You think my boss is going to help you. You think they're going to take my car. You think what? I don't know. You guys have already tried to take my car. You called the health department. That's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. So bring it. All right. And thank you guys for the appreciation. Just know that I don't come on here for my health. If it was for my health, I would just be sitting at the pool, not worried about if there was going to be justice for Madeline Soto. But I am. I am worried about justice for Madeline Soto, and I don't want her to be forgotten. All right. So, justice for Madeline Soto, justice for all the victims. Thank you guys. You guys have no idea. You guys support me more than you know. And I love you guys. So, we're going to skip over all of that stuff and we're going to cover Stephan Stearns, and then we're going to move on to a case a day. All right? A case a day. We're going to talk, we're going to give voices to all the victims. All right? So, you guys, guilty of crime by J at gmail.com, send me your case suggestions and I'll cover them. All right? I'm going to cover all the case suggestions you want. Case, hashtag a case a day. All right? Hashtag one case a day. Let's go. I love you guys. I'm going to go eat with the family, hang out, and then I'll show you my golf cart today. I'm getting it all tricked out. Look at that. Look at look at the Freddy Krueger. I got the Friday the 13th. I'm getting it all ready, guys. It's getting summertime ready. I got to get it painted. All that. I got a little Freddy Krueger emblem on there, Nightmare on Elm Street. You know I love my horror, right? So yeah, on I got the Jason, we're doing got the golf cart ready, guys. That's what we're doing. So yes, hashtag a case a day. All right. Let's do it. Let's do a case a day. I love you guys. And yes, you guys look at that. There it is. I got all the pool stuff on it. So I'm getting it summertime ready. It's summertime ready, guys. And hey, Jigamalig, if you like that, take a look at this before I go. I got to show you guys the tattoos again. You guys don't get to see me in shorts often, so I wanted to show you the tattoos if you didn't see them. Look at that. Look at that. All right, that makes me happy. That makes me happy, guys. All right. I love you guys. Have a good night. Hit the like button on your way out and do me a favor. Share this stream. I love you and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Too much skin, boss lady. All right, guys. I love you. Mwah. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.